Right, we see a so say a day and encomo adapt no so na e de ebre mo hwe oh my god na mu corruption ho ensem no anamontu no say na si etie bedru baby e Ghana ha say no ma corruption eto betimi atwa na afi so aban wo so yi na ho keka wo de hwe say betimi etu dream say no say na esi etie so ani anase enso ani kame ayese nan say nsem ba kom you know e ba na so ba ma pedi ka ne ho tentem na wotu anamo e de afa ho na say bibia kosofofra abakra eye PP panyi opani agini mboaten agye ne dia abafofro wa bra abrante mananse azuri ekokoye nhwemu bi ababeto abonten mampani etro krata e de ababonten a wochemu se yurei wonfa dwumadi fa nto kakra you suspending no na bibia enkoso na abra krata ne babonten de nsa omunya ne se asewarefe e de ama charge and our face special prosecutor so mo so nhwe sa e asemnimum na eno so si ye pepe na opani Martin ABK Amidu so eba e abonhan so de krata e de ba eye abonten so chese woto ne sa e de afre eye opani ni nipa wodo bi a omo so aka se omo so emra na eja sema wo bia no omo hwehwe mu enfri eho ya me e yaduma ya wada ebe no na wo chese wo mo emra na asem no omo enhwe mo ba so a krata bia no omo so ne nyinae no mo enfa emma na kache na asem no won hwa ase na won hwehwe mu yesi kunya enana dua na ukọ eye amaiko NPP mo pani Sylvester Tete yere eka eye communication team ho apani ewufia ha enana dua so na owura kwadwum dankwa so efi eye amaiko NDC mo ono communication team no kwadwo so eka ho ebi team ma mpanifo akwaba na afia hye eye enkomo ase eja memo akwaba yehu wache eto nka so ache
yeah Michelle
boko de
nyamiadum that's
right. Party the say chairman no here.
Oh, chairman here pa. Enyumreya na chairman efi Sunyani Eastern France.
Chairman Jerry
yeah, one week no.
Yeah.
On the lead team of national executives ni regional chairman.
Yeah.
Call ni 1 week. Very sad event inti. If you are by Enyumreya if ni hona eba edede party home common ade. Nti ye ho ye.
That's right. Nankwa, we akwa abapanyi.
Akwabrane. Ejoso.
Boko de.
Ejana ye na famude.
That's right.
Yaka no yebeja ma mampanyi na dankwa kufuado. Ena ne pamfo ene. Omde Ghana fo kwa ho hiem. A ene sebi adraba fo a ankan no mote de no ene omu na kasa ban etu galamse ewo mubotom. Ene ye nuanoma na nka omkọ kwan so a enka dollar yi almost sa na enka ye 4.2 to $1 nenne and 3.8 nenne and nam almost a year 4.6 echo woman na so mo dan na na dan kwakufa de nuan mo abusu kan en na no me call ho no mo a anka bi nsi da se NDC ni be ko na nka bosu kanfo e be ma no so abona bomu se NDC panie na omo boje me so se so omo so ma na na dan kwakufa 2 billion tete hosikan eno na me na eye kwadwafum obo osu no me ka obeti ase se omo de manana de so mfa montoa na bo so share se oba na eto a ono na ado ankasa friend nuisance tax no mampanyini e friend nuisance tax no oba no be yi afiri ho enne ni na no abedane abuachi bidin anna eto a wo de ato ye nua no mo so a sabe enne ama aye dia mo so mo de niam mpo bi free eye amanone aba na no ya me nya so ka bi engine ese ya me se koto Sakura o 4,400 Ghana cedis Sakura engine
mate
emobo emu rem ne mu janso
irase ora kojo dankwa na yete no enka na busa ye share eye enkomo no asem fly mama sha se efa enfiri ohoi corruption ho sem maban no eno mate say Ghana bedru ba bi a epeka se etu ase e de free oman mu kura aban ho keka no wo de say de abai so na de rem na ekọ semadu opanye wo dia
right mami enda wase na menchia etifo ni ahwefo edikan woni ohwe ye wo television so ni woni ohwe ye wo amanoni through the abefo kwantimpon YouTube ni de kika ho na I think say obisa say corruption ebetu etu ase wo oman mu a na menua obi obeka cho say ebetu corruption ase wo krum ha bia ka che ni pa no say sini hu and possible. Just like any other country in the world, baby, what we are saying for Nebia Niwa, you to corruption in Katashasi, baby. Corruption is part of human nature. Now, the year a dance, a woman say institutions are war. How are woman institutions ni juma and ebe minimizing no. Every human being there's a degree of greed. I want ipa no more a pushing ipa so obepe obenya more. Human needs is not ever satisfied. And it's over $1 or person obenya $10. Akaho. Ebiana means or the befano. Just like any other jurisdiction, no. Ubia what desire no so benya. But when you first when you know how corruption is punished in a society, no, and never man minimize it. But the human nature say or what we say or no, so be corrupt, no. It can never be minimized anywhere in the world. America today they are fighting corruption. Europe they are fighting corruption. Asia they are fighting corruption. All over the world, as corruption is part of us, so we continue to fight it. How do you fight the corruption? Institutions now, ni leadership are a war. Or mind no at the time, no, or pa more to fight it very critical. And it's a who can corruption as a and event is a process.
Okay.
And no intina or man penibia ba yen in the MPP. Yen tiase clearly say na nipasu any by etie. The saying we believe we keep talking about rule of law. And the rule of law, you cannot punish corruption without the rule of law and the due process. So, rule of law and as a due process. And by this time, NDC for Mugu prison, like the 1979, cool by Jerry Rollins by or say, Sebi, toilet facility, you know, few cry. Some of us maybe were quite young, but when we catch we be to me call bank or Jibosia, or show when was a woman near the work or to prison. Those things, you have a movement. It inhibits the development in the person. We believe in a free market economy, but whilst we are doing that, say obia wo ho say legitimately and a true due process. You can be a billionaire if you work hard at it. Oh yeah, a juma sa no say mrabo ho ban. Dem mo hwe yie say ade anya wodia no wo mfa go sankobom. Eno ntina we believe say we say the institutions ahodo eba procurement authority President Kufuor time and buy is part of our achievement. Say you bet me because if you say the biggest source of procurement through government. Aban bibia say ye ma contract say ye to nro ye to mfidie ye to bibia no about 90% of our procurement in this country, it's a mandate from government. Now process is been now the faso. Now what say? Ye di emrabi bataho. Say sabi me Sylvester Tete me wa aban ende. Now me wa ministry and I say me CEO and I say me penin bi wa aban mu. Now say me to ade a. Sabi enya ade a to me sorry come akola keke. O say me kwa akoto. E o say obi kwan say me pese me to insui. Insui ya me pese me to me penin tintin say me pen 1 liter, me pen 2 liters. Na nipa dodo no emfa nkrata was a metumi supply ade no ni wo mo bo mo pese wo to ade no mo ni famra enti so obie mu a nipa dodo na de beba no ba wo benchmark prices a wo hwe obi se omidinsuo no be ma wo 1 cedi obi se 1.5 obi se 1.2 obi se 80 pesos what should the quality of insulin nyina was say ma me mfa we enye nipa ba ko so ne wo say yes I say go through a certain processes.
Okay.
Enoni procurement authority said ye be ya e mo beda ho there were stages ahodo from every facet of we call MMDAs say up to 100,000 I be internal procurement committee no. There after that I was be proper tender now we advertise it na nipa dodo na hu say institution we per se to A and as a B. What do you say? Anti corruption there a everyday thing of our lives we continue to fight corruption even in our own domestic settings and you may be ankrangre juma nyina no they be the niam go akwamu a ye de be bo ho ban say be fight corruption no but ade a woman say you can corruption asem na ye no MPP NDC we miss the mark.
Okay.
Allegations of corruptions from the days of Gordon Gojisbeck na wo ho. Even our traditional rulers now, negotiating, they were being accused that they were taking bribes. So, se banu katashishe ni dream ni proyena yemfanya manyosem. The moment I would be manyosem, you miss the mark. But we need to talk about it. In as much as we talk about it, we look at the processes, any institutions now, how combative they are in fighting the corruption. That is critical. But Adebiba, where you MPP, where you NDC, me, the moment you look at it from that angle, meaning in Kata where you go about the incident of corruption and what Dr. Baumia said and what is happening. But for me, I know MPP NDC, baby, me, and there. I'm not sorry here. The scandal that rocked PPA, I clearly said, I'm very confident and hopeful in the president, say, Obeto Anamampa. And then I'm president, Ubi Anieji. Because Ubi allegation, say, Ubi Tong, Abain Inyuma, procurement authority, Penny or Daho, or no adi Jumane Manaho, no afani no atama mangrova jiska. Oh, man, Penny no be. Also, money training, no refer to appropriate legal. Kotesa ombetimi I investigate. Omo investigate we na say he is found culpable. There's a prima facie case in law. Say na so be say a prosecutor now. Then the law will take its course. And then we call radio station be and this in BTO or say yes so na say wo sa nipa no kasa sa no kra no. Now there's a report that indict him when they were in power. Me read the report that indicted him and he was still in government and he was taking salary. They never had the courtesy to push him aside and say, investigations. But all these things, a human way, yes, a betche, but you can't rule of law. And yeah, idea ad hoc. They said, you see who no military regime, and as a military jantano. So once you suspect the person, you bundle the person and put him in prison. It cannot be said and it cannot be done like this. And this is what all that we kept saying is that assembly bar. Let the process take place. NDC, meaning when NDC will come to power, and it's not likely they will come to power in the life of young men like this. This I kept telling them. But the fact is that even in an unlikely event that they ever come to power again, these allegations will be part of us. Because the bunch of people who were so corrupt under President Mahama, including himself, today, they are the people bundling and knocking our door for power. They haven't changed. There's no single person that has changed, except young people who have been added onto it. And for me, say I'm sure corruption fight, I'm fighting holistically. And obi we sikafi abaimwa oba new government and then MPP. We have suffered to put this economy on its foot simply because so much corruption had taken place. And now me know kasa NDC yeba omubai uko NCA. $4 million procurement, it did not even go through the process. You can't procurement infractions. NDC by the procurement authority war. On the NCA, 4 million procurement of security gadget. It didn't even go through the process. And then Omujina court. It's a due process. Let the law take its course. Young foul must say and one go through process until they go to prison. No, they have to go through the right process. Who costing it? Procurement of software over $65 million. And there, your investigations. You see, Omunko Jina Court, one Jina Court, and there. Ukoko board, Dr. Ampunini in Crawford, Omujina Court, and there, and many other cases are pending before our court. What it means is that as a society, I was saying, Rabbi Boy, it doesn't matter corruption any color. Say a red, green, and white, and as a blue, red, and white. No, it doesn't have the colors. What it means is that any penny taken out of a national coffers, it affects every Ghanaian. That is why when there's an element of corruption, we all sing from the same way. Me, Sabi, Ejenim Boatini, meaning no party back on, or serve the same government, the supporting government. But the fact is that and now training somebody has taken over. Yeah. So when we say we have the men, we will not condone any act of illegality within the government. It will never happen. Some of us will speak, and then we hear social media. All MPP social media commentators, they were all condemning and say, look, because apart from issue of say, whether or not party for are so peeved, say, Nipa do not pay you money biaye. Now what it's their contractor. Other people may also get to help the system. And I'm being in terms of Camboso. Now we turn man Crawford. And no idea I have party for near that. So for me, NDC, MPP, PPP, whatever it is, allegations of corruptions will keep coming up. Yeah, nipa idea, but the stiffer punishment. Japan, yes, side yeah, Bobby, Subose wa yeah dream. But you know what signing? I've seen former prime ministers of Japan. All right. They commit suicide. Elsewhere in Russia, a friend is in Korea and the rest. You can't live because before he be case no be do work could do but Chrome had here people who went to prison with corruption issues NDC buy Sepanyanki Kwame Pipra and the co they were convicted of crimes against this country. When they came back they gave them positions. Bako Baye Snake board chairman Ebi Baye Ghana Gas CEO in this country, which I think for me Obi Awaya dream I did not go to prison. What is so indicting on the integrity of the people of this country? Obi who's on your comfort, did not go to prison, or free prison by very sensitive positions. These things, when it happens, it goes against our fight against corruption. These are things that we are saying. But for me, I'm not saying the MPP administration or appointees are totally immune from corruption. But we will check them. The moment you are involved in it, nobody will shelve you. And the president has done the swift thing. We are happy about it.
Dankwa also was medu yanko.
Yede na Bruce medu but metwa so.
What I'll give you time.
Lady kind of me and chiama Ghana for him to NDC for and you may imagine bre no mutie. Na say Saturday ekoto aba. Best yenu anwa wo mo denta. Best say ye maame oyelita. Yenhwe na ye mo na chidom. Afin so yekosu.
We are ready no.
Sunyani Wester, Sunyani Easter, Yenya Ba, Millicent, Amankwa Yeboa, and also Yenshe, na Yemonechidom, na Untimi Fa Inimra. Afe no, young ko asamanaso. Yes, ye can the fight against corruption. Nasu abai etimia bon homodene, se obekwetia corruption ana, me pacho anyesa. Yiri kind. I was saying, maybe we have metimity free ho. So, maybe I'm a catcher, Yeniana Masonifu, or Mufaquem, or Mubu, every brave quem. And two for Honway, Yin and free quem, one here, baby, I walk on to me a day, Untimindru. It's and Sacra make cock a year, whether or not, as so much me a quentia catassin. I was saying, maybe I'm if you're Yedica. Minias lie said, oh, corruption no crown and Yadianka was here in politics. Now, could you damn back now the document a bigua, a document or the biguani nano, or because way you say. Share Sabio, Sabi, Ghana for ATN, Ghana for no Sabi, and then I was here who say, Sabi, one more room in the Cosro. Now, they see before 2016, not Ghana for now, Krumha. Now, now MPP manifesto, and you see, sometimes I'm Casano, one say, moi. We use corruption as campaign message and the moment now say corruption my yano MPP manifesto chapter 12 of MPP manifesto but you watch now near T4 and check page 133 TNE pa see as man na dan kokufu ado count manifesto TNE or say corruption is what has brought the shame upon all of us TNE pa. The corruption under John Dramani Mahama's NDC government is exemplified by, rampant contract price inflation, abuse of the procurement processes with sole sourcing, what have you, boy, Anna, as you know, the Mahama-led NDC government pays lip service to the fight against corruption. There is no real commitment to fighting corruption, as the Attorney General Office either refuses to prosecute or where there have been prosecution, that's so shoddily. Nana danko kufuado na kasa tie fo munte ni yepa oni pa wo se ne maye mfa yes ade we nye ko enye amanyosam no ono kasa wai sabre no bo mampanyi John Dramani Mahama so bo yepa ye di kan Nyato sumienu. Wasi na John Dramani Mahama na penso de no ya. E kire se no all fight against corruption. Hwe. Emra John Dramani Mahama papa esremu se jata. Papa opanyini a sabe oda eso daye pa. Papa mete so a na masore. Emra no yo mampanyini no. Yenua ba eye Victoria Hama. Ekoke kansem bi a obo ni trimu pokeke intent. Eno omani dinadwuma to. Abuga Pela na oye member of parliament in an NDC administration. Yade ni jina mra no ememra ne kohye ya nei oda fiase a wone emra ye den kwashana no so wanti ukurum hanum sei. Afei waka bibi se o allegation ne de be koso na nyasa allegation bia ne be fa na hwe ya person. Allegations of corruption bia na ebe bia no were coming from the MPP stock MPP for na allegation of corruption against us. Nanso na de table no dane here no. Enye NDC for na allegations of corruption etia omo. Won wan kasa won crop for na allegations of corruption. Na sebio obomochichi frinsu ase be catch us so denche magu asabe. Ono hwan na akodi nachi. Yero oye Kennedy Aponwa ye nimu no yiye pa say wa fund the MPP political party over the years. Asem me no be catch re. O catch re say Omanpanyin Flagstaff House one he is surrounded with corrupt people. And that will be Omanpanyin. And this will $20,000. And yes, it is dollars. A plus Omanpanyin born abaso a bra will win the elections. A plus I become a gun of what to say. Omanpanyin Flagstaff House on the 2 chief of stars. No put your see a from 2 chiefs of stars. And you could do that on America. And you NDC party office and your cookies are the A plus and Casana Kai. Nanumo Omanpanyin Nanki so be man hwe mu akoso. Me patcho hwe mu ekoso ekosi fe kofe kwana. Enumuna A plus yet say ne CID boss na ya be fa no a. One no CID boss so that I know deputy so nko ye hwehwemu no koye kataso muamuaso and ye de to de bere eto Omanpanyin a wo ko edetia corruption no ono nie ono ho asem na ye ke minia slide omanka so mo chairman a wo bono eya bronye etro nkrata ko Omanpanyin ka che ne se wo regional minister aye corrupt abi mada enti ebeya anka Omanpanyin nya ne nsem hwehwemu Omanpanyin ampa mua ama omosanso mama ye kwache ye abronya bonu a boto a na nya de keto a abronya nananu muton o se minister na soma ase ye mebro me ama ye dini mpabro a na nya de keto abronya sande remanda ko ma Omanpanyin anya de ampa mua sansem we me na meka now bekaya in the run up to the 2016 elections Omanpanyin na dan Akufo-Addo sheshe bobebre oka say o me background meti prosecute special prosecutors office e mo baba te special prosecutors officer o de Martin Ebika midu ebebeda no entina Ghana fo nim say oh what is special prosecutors office here ene wo ba be ko atia keta se mesem bisa o ene wonim se Martin Amidu se Omanpanyin ye udwumadi a wudi na kire se wonya uni pepa se wo pese okuti a ye keta se enti no one kasa institutions ayanda you no they don't want to cooperate with me enti se wa hwe ya me de wo ne watoni general na oye o ma me nua ba eba no me de mu nua ba kugina ayase ni bia na mra ne modi eno nie daily graphic online public officials make work tough Martin Amidu threaten action against AG we enyame na meka July 17, 2019 eni etiefo ti bi hwe bi eni yetu mra nya heden ya kiresie eno so anso hwa and corruption akoso aban we mu ama to the extent that even the auditor general abeka say senior corruption koso Omanpanyin ni pepa say e was a person only pepa so be kwatia corruption ti no enke be ya anko Omanpanyin mponi to me no a ye dia ma ya attorney general no bi ma no senior be ya Omanpanyin no mo am person obe prosecute wo no wono ankasa be bia kwanya wan de wa prosecute se nkrofo no eno so enye kwadwo dan kwa ne gan e kae eye dom level a oye auditor general ono no hwehwe ye nkrata asem ne yesika asem senia ye tutu yesika asem eden efa eti eno so no obeka se kwadwo dan kwa ene kan ana hwe eye a friend say corruption perception index e baaye in 2016 ye wa bam na ohwe we graphic online o say Ghana ranked 70th country in 2016 corruption perception index enye ehun krata enye enso atiefo betimi aka na ukwa animu a in 2019 dia e baaye no hwe corruption perception index Ghana ranked 78th eti nipa wo kwatia corruption o kwatia ketasese no enye enene hwe ni abeda edwa se papa wono in 2005 nanka president Akufo-Addo na no ye PPA boss no eye Omanpanyin na dan Akufo-Addo ba nipa no ye PPA boss o yi na dia wode papa ye be share ho ye de papa ne be share ho in March in June na papa ne kote company any expertise company any adwumada na papa yi na ministries eje contract akese from ministers and you cannot take the ministers and the president out of this. The president, the boss talks to the president. On our appointed papa no, on no shame kutupa. Ama papa ye never yet sir and nema boni ye koso. Now, who are appointing the panel? You have the power to sack the person. A banner saying and idea, or say a friend is saying suspension pen at the man. And Omanpanyin will track record of that. Me pacho Australia visa scandal buy pious a year hajije. You can't say one time change a crayon him and the one who a friend say report about you can't say ya sanity one and so ne ya sign it o mampanyin say akrapa no kwafo wadi corruption friends saying di bia kakra yi wadi ho sika bebrede a ene me de obekọ ba bi foro no akudi kese and ye ne ko deputy minister for information o mampanyin a wo kwatia corruption enye sa mampanyin kro ya ha ano no de o se wo be kwatia corruption in 2012 wo be kaya aye debate wo be ka say announce principle ya dia eno ebetimi aboa na aban no de atia keta sese na no announce principle no mampanyin be fa abanwa na announce principle no ye de ye adwuma announce de ye adwuma na mampanyin betimi aye no se wo se nko bɔ o bona baso na o se ni nkura no ye adwuma no announce ne mpamfo koye corruption related issues how do you call it GFA boss kwesi nyanta chi se mampanyin sika twitwiridie eno no na omampanyin nkofo a wono wom de bokosu atafre na omampanyin ne nkofo ya soma Kennedy Japan say Kennedy Japan ko na ko threaten no with threat of harm and threat of death ene ameswali ye kunu a ye nim ni kofukun pa wa ye de okunu especially ne omampanyin ne mpamfo omon penhwe say woni a wodi sa agu no ye be mo omo ye de ombe ba begina mra nim na mra ne omayede akwahye omampanyin a wo kwatia corruption no wono no ene GII Ghana Integrity Initiative say omampanyin will lose the fight against corruption enye kwadwo dan kwa na eka enu na ho krata e wa ha no say betimi aye den eye di akiraw even former US ambassador to Ghana Robert P Jackson I said corruption driving away investors from Ghana I said ne corruption na to esete wo mamu hama ene woni a wodi won sika be hye dwumadie mu wo mamu hanna no won pese wodi won sika beba efise na dan kwakufu ado ene di man so efise na dan kwakufu ado ne nkrofo sabe na e bokro no hwe and that scandal here abay scandal here abay PPA scandal here abay you see it's a symptom of the family and friend affair here kan ho asem empanyin fo say no di akire ni sua ni odi kan na nante eto mampanyin ne na busuafo a wa form ya ban we mu kro no mo bo no enu bi na papa yi boy because we ha afolekoya no ye minister for fisheries ono akasa kofa ni nua premise forward department
quick one
on the battle
briefing let me person number so we see but obesi no o say mampanyin ne na busuafo kwa mo na kobo kono quick one what you need to be o ha na roma
quick one unim PDS
yes
unim say o mampanyin ni maami nua ba ye ken ofori ata ne o ye Ghana photo samfo one ne nkofo na busu friend say na nyonkofo ana na omo de omo front and PDS ye ton atadi kwa and oh yeah
it's not established ko no bia koso say bibia
it's not established me pacho me wan krata wa
okay
you see you two mra ne ayeden ya kire usi o ni ase ayeden ya se ama obi ayeden ama wadi me hwehwe krata na
hu ana
dabi nyabotre say me time
obre no
dabi me time so nyabotre na
dabi na mo
me hwehwe
krata wa mo agumai afi so ma me glory akufo clarification say ogo shy osudoku
Mame, okay, so we enkrata we.
Yeah.
We omampanyin na dan kwakufu ado no ankasa ni minister.
Okay.
PDS fraud looks like a grand scheme deputy minister. Tieni okan. E wa ha. Enye ono kwa so ne kasa ayo tieni okan wa ha. I say it appears to be a grand scheme to hoodwink. We are not talking about just small boys trying to do something. This is a grand scheme that has been perpetuated and I'm happy to say we have found out. He said this on PM Express on Wednesday. Omampanyin deputy minister for energy. Ano ka say. We orekwedu. myjoyonline.com. Me pato anya ono kwa na kan e fa sa PDS issue no. Omampanyin minister nkasa pay mu no.
Okay.
Olu Peter Mewu.
Okay.
What say? PDS presented forged documents for takeover of ECG. It is a mekasa sabe na menka money. Hwa I friend saying Cambon 2.25 billion. Me patro 5% near the ma Franklin Taplin 5% ne kind ene e wenfa. Eye kenofuriata. Okọ aye mrahye bedwam aye bisa no. Otimi dia no yie bai. Wo ma chen ba bia 5%. Eti eye busua no a wo mo afa wo mo di omu buman. Ano mo cho man na dwapade ano mo
Koji dankwa na yetene ka so corruption perception index no 2019 yamba
2016 and 2018
okay
yes,
that's beautiful so Ken Verata there no eno de e betwe kakra bibia document man Koji dankwa
my brother
that's right
my brother
chief
mama kasem chano is a young man
okay
na nipa etie program we and also pa you see I feel sorry for him.
Why?
Yes, I feel sorry because Niamoki Kanyina intro. But you see, if you want to short into prominence, please.
Documents about one.
I don't need to show this.
Go on.
Print out from Google and then Ghana Web, and I don't need to print.
So that's what the basic.
No, but let me tell you, inaccuracies in Niama Okikano. Okay. I'm telling him.
Okay.
Foreign direct investment for the first time the whole of Africa. Ghana #1.
Okay.
FDI. If you don't know. I'm a finance person.
Okay.
I did development finance.
Okay.
Masters. Okay.
Foreign
direct investment. So big catcher will say, Nigeria for South Africa, Ghana is leading. So what are you talking about? For the first time, Ghana is the #1 leader in foreign direct investment. If you care to know, find out. You can Google. You are a Google person. Google right now. I will do our phone. So foreign direct investment. The goodwill of this country. If you don't know what the foreign direct investment is, get it right.
All right.
Number 2. Attorney Auditor General say because of corruption he's asking say Nanado money power. It is not Nanado who gives power for him to prosecute. It's the way the law is structured. And we've been advocating. Say so no ayani we na money we you were in this country. The Auditor General's report is things in this country. NDC4, why didn't you give a couple of powers to him to prosecute? Now you are blaming it on the president. Number 3. Or see, Pius Ajide.
Yeah.
Nerefi. Every say free yankra. Jimafe commission report. It indicted him. You can't say dream ni kata he should be surcharged. Oyenufi Ministry of Ananko Presidency. There is a committee here. What? Investigation. You see what Bokrono. For that matter, they should be surcharged and prosecute him. Ofi honodia no ye or tamo free ankra eco presidency. No, refi. Adversary. They appointed to just 2 months because of that scandal. Yes, it was Omohonifio about presidency. I'm telling him. I don't need to bring these things.
Yeah.
You see, I felt sorry for him because that's who cancer now to make us say or my president. I mean, the height of hypocrisy. I see what he said, so the Sika Koma president. You sit on national television and make, please, and make this comment. So, so the Sika Komano. When you put him to say, Gloria Akufu is not Nana Dodako Akufu on sister ba. Because they bear the same name, you assume Gloria Akufu is on Shai Usuduku. If you care to know, she's a Dangbe girl. If you care to know, please, we are educating the public. You don't sit in the national television and throw dust into the eyes of the people. I don't need to bring all these things.
So the way forward, yes, sir.
Master, the way forward is say corruption. Look, I won't go far. And the founder of the NDC, Flight Lieutenant Jerry John Rawlings, or Odini Moja, signed NDC manifesto. Who made the NDC? I'll say, listen, I'll read for you and listen what former President Rawlings said about the NDC administration and then we have to be one. I'll say, look, MPP ba abemono. Now the degree of corruption when you inherit Okruma, it means that former President Jerry Rawlings has revealed that the current UNPP administration inherited corruption at the worst from the previous John Mahama administration. What a verdict and a power. The man at the center of your party, this is what was his verdict on President Mahama. Say you can't corruption. Now say you want to compare the corruption results. Medika Kacha say, I don't want the corruption, fighting the corruption with the political colours. Your ban is adia NDC, sebi NDC, who bought NDC is synonymous with corruption. And then a court of competent jurisdiction. I review say President Mahama, Ninia Ibrahim Mahama, Ghana bauxite, a Japadiama Ghana on the eve of handing over power, he signed it for his brother. He took a court of competent jurisdiction to reverse it. And then dream in the same way. I'm giving you facts by the court of competent jurisdiction. I'm not doing this by hearsay. A court has ruled that the process for acquisition of the bauxite was illegal. John Mahama and his brother. You know how much that is, the bauxite concession in this country. Or the when we are talking of corruption, the NDC, President Mahama is an epitome of corruption in this country. Nana Dodangwa Akufo-Addo has said, he will use the due process. And American culture, the number of corruption cases they are standing trial today. If you are not following the due process, you must abandon all of you. Double salary and the rest. You were in this country when members of parliament and ministers were taking double salary. You don't find anything wrong with this.
It's here quite anymore.
Mahama Yariga and then one court. we still believe in the due process.
Okay.
Say for due process, on my way. There's no way Obia from his own whims and caprices can decide who won't get me fair, what for body, if I go to prison. We don't do that.
Okay.
And Brana Edijuano, if at a point in time you feel say and Branamu Yedi enough to fight the corruption, we advocate for stiffer punishment, the processes no say you can say the special prosecutor's office member and then the other Matiamidu, just like any officer, public officer has every right to advocate say tools are here to have or enhance my job, no, and also with the money. Matiamidu never said, say, the president, or say, yes, some members of the government are frustrating his work. Indeed, he has a right to make that comment. It doesn't mean.
That's why Mama corruption.
No, once he has said it, everything that he, of course, but if he's advocating, then governance is a process and advocacy, so he brings it to the public. You can't corruption, not you can't NDC. Sabi akwala ya wunene, or TNDC dia, or who corruption.
Thank you for your point opinion.
Unim, medo pono, yedi kai. And it's if one Ghana for a pay and him said, Kojo Dankwa. Me buy me 2 million machilisi. Me car, no me you who I dance di, na me diaba. And no other a chinny behind your day. Anyhow,
FDI, bring the FDI.
Minias like in front.
Miss What a secret and the doors. Minias like or better now. Sabi, Busram Kankwa.
Oh, well, I'm giving you facts. They can't the way our printer Google now. I don't have, I have it at the head of my. I don't need these things. Please, where your document? Go print it. We will Google. No, that was Ogo Tankra. We partner me kutapa. I would have better come here empty-handed. Okay, please. It's your phone now. Say Kojo Dankwa. And then betimi de nkrata ayeden aba ma kwe nkrata
plan patron
ni American sabi enye say ebusire me ka me ni ame ye den make
Gloria so say for Gloria let him bring it.
What's it? And a friend is saying Auditor General can't hear.
What did I say? Please, what did I say?
Auditor General. I don't know. Say to me because another damn Kufuad one bemu chrono cost one casa on the slice. Now what to me?
Man, read where the man said that. Let him read where the man said that.
It's my coin. Let me prosecute him. If you say only say another damn Kufuad and now for Ghana for na baby. Obia say papa no your friend clearing agent. Say Ning man for kwa ye abonefo sem perpetuate corruption. Ni o ye ne so gina Flagstaff as you cleared.
But say you mu koso ansana. Say you mu koso.
Ehwem ben. Cash was it ansakwense ehwem be koso no akogina Flagstaff as cleared. Bust ya set committee say nya hwehwem. O se BNI be ye hwehwemu and also cleared. Me wanna BNI was on the committee be ye say hwehwemu. All right. Charles Bisiu asemi. No man penino the Charles Bisiu akoto eye anti eye galam say board so say we secretary na ya che no fidi gadochi wuni na minie no wo jisika dwiri makese one kasa of Flagstaff house pe no tie o ya che no amoso mo fa raw footage mara anyanya bia kwasi nya antachi de no eno mu bisa for raw footage.
He's throwing that
is who Oman Penina na dan Kokufuado eti.
And
Oman Penina wa dress corruption. Ama corruption aya fefe e wona aba mu. Eti ne so wo mo kro no aban we mu a ye mo wa baso.
The way forward.
Na aye kwam ye wusu. E ko ball kro no e wo eye Ghana maritime a. And ya to ni dibiam say baby asika wo pa na ho ne de ne kɔhye sɛ wanko no nko di ne kɛse eti ne kɔhye no na ma no aye fefe e wo Penina na
Marisa Maseme de ye de ahwe ho afiri nim establish it
you see over 1 million Ghana cedis eye ko renovation
establish it
e ko renovation
Masay
if these are the things you call from you never saw one of the ashes.
Say,
your mama will pass over corruption.
I had Ghana for a year 20.
Say, you never
Tete, yet Seneca Suna, Ura, Kojo Dankwa, Seneca, Corruption 7 and Yahani DC, the better office to PPA Dianom. The ADH said about Kustamna and she was a combination of Mamma Fiache and I a day a Cassidy Bremer. I'm going to ask me out of my Ebersesha Ochna.